Good afternoon, sirs. Okay, so I had to reschedule. I had to reschedule my what you call it this morning. It'll happen tomorrow night, but I will be having. I'll still have my second guest on, and that will be later. So bear with me on that. In the meantime, I'm not gonna beg a bunch of people to show up here. I'm just gonna monologue for a little bit, maybe stop talking for a while, try to edit that out when I have the whole video in later. And if anybody decides they want to chime in, I will let them chime in. Also, while I'm at it, while I'm playing, let me I gotta set this up. So I always end up calling myself having to do last minute things when I'm live streaming. And so since I'm just gonna do a nice call in, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just stick that right here in this here chat. Somebody will call in and like Cody Rhodes, I'll just say, what do y'all want to talk about? In the meantime, though, uh, gotta make sure that everybody can be able to even find it. Okay, I think that's about right. Okay. So, somebody does decide to want to come in, they'll be able to talk. And me, I'm just gonna sit here in silence for a little bit while I wait for people to come in. Because I don't actually expect anybody to come in today. I still gotta do the talk with Joaquin later. And we're definitely gonna be doing that. Good afternoon, Black Angel TV. As always, thank you for coming. One of the best damn moderators a guy could ever ask for. Okay. So the guy that I was gonna have a talk to this morning got called into work, so he's gonna be. We were scheduled it for tomorrow evening, and the second guy, well, we're still on schedule. In fact, we talked yesterday, so we're still going off without a hitch. And so that link that I put in the chat is actually the link to for people to call in. So if they got something they want to talk about for a little bit, I'm all ears. I got nothing better to do today. I mean, I do, but I'd rather be hanging out with you guys. That said, how is your day, Black Angel TV? How you doing so far today? Wait, also, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, because I know that's one of the technical difficulties that I always bring about myself, embarrassingly enough. Hmm. I don't know if she's still here. Oh no, she's here. Yeah. My what's called it's a little behind, so I don't get to see everything as it pops up. Sometimes I have to actually, yeah, okay, yeah, I have to actually Okay, what Tyler Perry movie are you watching? Well, me, I'm okay. I'm just holding on like a hubcap in the fast lane. I actually got a decent amount of sleep last night. There weren't no bonuses yesterday for Lyft, so I didn't really spend too much time outside after I got everybody back in town yesterday. Wasn't too thrilled about the results to say the least. Mm. Uh, so what should I monologue about? What do you want me to talk about? Because I know there's plenty of things to talk about, and I don't always just stick everything off the rip. I know one of the things that has been a really hot topic is that these is that the one with Gabrielle Union? I want to say that's the one with Gabrielle Union. I don't remember. What do you mean time for me to go on a vacation? Man, I'm too broke to go on vacation. Everybody know me. Know I'm too broke to be doing vacation and stuff like that. You know, y'all saw the video where my wallet was roasting me. My wallet tore me a new asshole that morning. I was so damn embarrassed. Oh man, I was hurting. Man, I was hurting. My wallet tore my ass up. Man, I don't ever think I'm gonna come back from that, man, because that was brutal. So yeah, I can't take no vacations, not right now. Hey mom, love you, mom. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Because I know you like to do that a lot. You like to forget. Oh yeah. Miss stick her tongue up her husband's rectum. Whew. You gotta have real manpower for that. I'm telling you. She is she's a whole different breed. I couldn't do it. Mm-mm. I don't know, something about things going up my butt just don't sit well with me. I know a lot of people will probably say I'm just, I'm weird because it's a woman and stuff like that. Nah, I ain't about them problems. I'm good on that. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have that one. Y'all can keep that. Shit, she didn't made that man turn his son into to a whole different species. Uh, nah, I'm good. Mm-mm, that is a level just can't do it. Nope. But luckily for me, those is celebrity problems, problems I will never face in my lifetime. Not personally, of course, because you know that is not something I gotta worry about. I got broke people problems over here. Yeah, see, me, I got broke people problems over here, so I ain't gotta worry about none of that nonsense. I'm safe. Not to mention, I already have daughters, so it's not like me. I ain't gotta worry about none of that foolishness over here. The realm of rich people. No, they're not. They're not divorced. They still together. What you talking about? They still together. They is still together. Ain't nothing changing that one. Nope. He stuck with that one. They stuck. He stuck with that one. He ain't. She over there like you ain't going nowhere. And guess what? He ain't going nowhere. He know good goddamn well he can't go nowhere. He just like he just like I gotta ride this thing on out. Because that's no because we all know that's what he gotta do. He stuck with that one. Especially after they made that surrogate child together. Yeah, he stuck with that one. Mm-mm. Yeah, they not. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. He effed in the B. Yeah, he effed in the B on that one. Yeah, he is. He's done, son. Yeah, he ain't. He. Hold on 1 second. Much. Okay, good. She's still here. I thought you were with her mama.
Yes, Father.
Okay, well, since you got all the way into the picture, you know the drill.
Hi, America.
Yeah, that's the big one. She decided she wanted to pop up in the picture, so you gotta. I know, right? I would have thought the same thing. Okay, go now. Hey. Okay, so yeah, after all the damage, yeah, I would have thought he ran away too. Shit, I would have, but that's just me. Cause ain't no way in hell I'm staying around after that fiasco. Motherfuckers, I'm over here just thinking like NBA players can't be down that bad. Now that's just my opinion, but I really just can't think. I can't fathom this idea that NBA players are down that bad, where that's what they are. That's what they're ending up with in the long run. I don't know. Maybe I don't know something. You know, I don't know. Y'all educate me. Y'all tell me what's going on that I don't know something about, because it's always there's always some shenanigans that we just ain't knowing about. And for some sick reason, I can't wrap my mind around what the fuck is going on. Because it's a whole lot of WTF going on with all this buffoonery. And we just figuring it out just like everybody else. They forcing us to figure it out just like everybody else. But here we is not knowing what's going on. Like I'm seriously questioning, like, how can they be down that? Can they really just be down that bad? Because I just don't see how that is a thing. I can't for the life of me figure that out. But that is the way of the world. We just gonna leave it at that, right? That's how they do it. That's how they doing things. I'm just gonna sit over here and watch in the shadows. I'm gonna watch all the buffoonery in the shadows. And if I was as good as O'Shea D. Jackson, I would probably be making videos about it. But his editing team is like freaking phenomenal. So that'll be like well out of the area of my expertise. And I'm just gonna stay over here in the broke sector. You know, I'm gonna stay over here in the broke sector and continue struggle streaming. But y'all know me, that's probably what I'm gonna be known for. I'm gonna be struggle streaming forever and a day, because man, let me tell you, it is not easy to try to come up on any of this, especially when you're not already popular. The funny thing is I only have what I have. What do I have on Facebook? On Facebook, I have 795 friends, and I don't add people. Like, people have been telling me, "Hey, if you really want to get out there, you really gotta put put your stuff out there." I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to be adding people on Facebook. But I know that if I'm gonna be doing it, I'm gonna have to, put in that work, right? See, even like today, I did not make any kind of concerted effort to promote this live stream. Like, usually, like in the other weeks, I would have people, hey, be like, hey, come in and check out the live stream, stuff like that. I ain't doing that today. I'm just not. And I mean, I did share it. I shared it. I put it out on I put it on Facebook. I have, but the thing, yeah, see, I do have that, but I don't. I haven't put that effort into adding people. And see, and that is another problem that, if I'm being honest with myself and everybody watching, it's a problem that pretty much I'm just making on myself, because I should be doing just that. So yeah, that will be something that I do. Okay, so actually, we're gonna I'm gonna navigate this real quick as soon as I finish this damn game. Yeah, I'm over here playing the game too. So I'm over here like, hey, if ain't nobody here, me and you, we can talk. Because I actually enjoy going back and forth with you, because you're fun, you're cool. What more can a guy ask for with people like that, right? That said, I'm also keeping myself, in a word, entertained. I love that. I love that line, but I hated that the way that movie ended. I'm referring to Gladiator, by the way, because that was a really good movie. That was really good. But that's also my biased opinion. So don't mind me and all of my biases and opinions and stuff like that. Okay, hold on. Also, since we are on the subject of Tyler Perry, and I actually enjoy watching Tyler Perry movies, like, not in the sense of what's the best way to say it? So I will watch a Tyler Perry movie when somebody when I'm with somebody. Like, because to me, Tyler Perry, the whole genre, to me, it's just a chick flick. I that's just my opinion. So, so feminists don't come after me and try to have me shut down. Yeah, and see, and like for me, like, I have zero issues watching a Tyler Perry play or Tyler Perry movie or something like that. But usually I don't watch it unless I'm, with a woman. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't generally watch it unless I'm, and that's not to say it's because it's bad. It's just not what I do. I would prefer to watch it, in the event that I don't know, trying to get laid. Other than that, I generally, as much as I do like his work, I will not watch it on my own. But that's just me, and well, it's time for you to get a woman. Look, not yet, okay? Can y'all be patient? I swear, y'all just out here trying to send me to misery town. Like, damn, can I get some alone time first? Like, geez, I wanna enjoy some me time too. Next thing you know, I get into one of them damn relationships and I ain't gonna have time to live stream no more. Be too busy watching what you call it all the time. Watching Tyler, yeah, I'll be too busy watching Tyler Perry all the damn time. What are you talking about? We don't have all year. This year is already halfway over. Besides, there's far less important things that we can be doing right now instead of just hopping into random relationships. Like, damn, we got all this money out here that we can be making, and y'all want me to be in relationships and shit. Can't I go broke first? Can y'all let me go broke first and then I can go look for a relationship? Yeah, let me be broke. Over here trying to have me locked down and shit. Y'all, you gonna get me in trouble, Black Angel. You gonna get me in trouble. And then what? Then I ain't gonna have no fans and I'm gonna still be broke. I ain't gonna have no fans and I'm gonna still be broke. And it's all gonna be your fault. So just remember this, my hatters, listen up. If I go broke and I'm still in a relationship, if I go broke because I'm in a relationship, we're gonna blame Black Angel TV. If I go broke and then end up in a relationship, and that's a different story. But if I go broke while in a relationship because I'm over here, because we over here going by her timing, because she ain't got all year to wait on me to be in a relationship with somebody, we're gonna blame her, all right? We're gonna shift all that on her. We're gonna subscribe to her channel. We're gonna woke mob her whole channel about her rushing me to get into a relationship and then going broke. That's exactly what we're gonna do. That's gang activity right there. That's how the gang does it. You the one that's telling me I need to be in a relationship and I need to have all these females just so I can watch Tyler Perry movies and shit like that. Look, I'm not the one that's being impatient about this. All right, I got just enough time to do all of that stuff and still be able to watch Tyler Perry. Okay, y'all need to have a little bit of patience. Y'all ain't. That's the problem. Y'all ain't got no patience for it, brother. Y'all just want me to. What the hell you want? You're mumbling.
I was asking if I could make cereal.
We brought this one in now. Okay, go away. Go make some cereal. And remind me to get some milk later so y'all can do all that stuff later. And some more cereal apparently. Ugh. I swear these get, and then I got all these nieces running around. I ain't got time to be in no relationship, and I got all these nieces running around. Man, they'll run her ass out so damn quickly. It ain't even gonna be funny. Just gonna be over here like, baby, don't go. They not even my kids. They just my nieces. Y'all be like, nope, no, that thing's way too dangerous. I ain't about that auntie life. Too many people that ain't about that auntie life. And I don't blame, because I'm tell you right now, being an uncle is hard. It's hard. Captain Picard. Y'all just ain't know. Stop laughing. That ain't funny. Y'all know you don't know my plight. This is a black man plight. This uncle life is a black man plight. And y'all just want to sit up in here and laugh at my pain like it's all gravity. Y'all ain't knowing. We hurting over here. Save me. What's the female version of Captain Save-A-Ho? That's what we need right now. We need the female version of that. No, why would I do that? Why would I do that? That's silly. Don't be silly. Y'all know damn well I don't do birthdays. I'm supposed to be doing birthdays. Look, let me put it to you like this. She's gonna have a birthday party, probably in lieu of her mother. Me, on the other hand, I don't do that. I ain't about that life. We ain't about that life over here. It's come on, I'm not the good guy. I'm the Mad Hatter. I don't know why people keep forgetting that or how that keeps getting lost in translation. But we gotta do what we do. Otherwise, the whole plan just goes to crap. And nobody wants that. You want the plan to go to crap? Ugh. And then, of course, I'll be the bad guy when everything goes wrong. Because that is just the burden of responsibility that has been laid. Surprisingly, you know what? I don't know. Let's ask her. Much. My annoying little shitling, where are you? You're not much.
So, look, I thought this.
Excuse me. Dad. Oh, I thought we were gonna have a problem just now. Dad difficulties. Do you play Roblox? She plays Roblox. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's adorable. Yeah, see, they're doing what kids do. Not bothering me. Double win, as far as I'm concerned, at least. And we all know I am quick to take the victory. But yeah, we now know she plays Roblox still, because she's been playing Roblox for quite some time now, actually. Look at us. We're finding out information about Munch. He's a good kid. I like that one. He doesn't throw as many tantrums as the baby does. Actually, she doesn't throw any, which makes my life that much easier. Honestly, wouldn't trade it for the world. As far as I'm concerned, that is a double win for me. All right, so I'm still playing this stupid game, and it hasn't ended yet. I would have thought it ended by now, but it is determined to be really difficult today. But it's not the end of the world, because I still got my favorite girl. Girls plural, because you know my kids, they're both girls. Annoying as they may be, and they are. It is so much easier to have girls than the other way around. I can tell you that much. Because boy howdy, never ever have I ever wanted to punch something more than, well, the thing I made. That is my daughter. But she knows just how to bounce back. She knows how to bounce back in my good graces. I think it's cheating, but you know, you can't have everything. And they are annoying. All kids, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love kids, I love having kids, but they do annoy the shit out of me. Like beyond reason. But that's just me. I don't know why everybody has this idea that you have this one opinion about kids, you're this monster, and that you're telling people that they should hate kids. No, I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying they just annoy me sometimes. Just because I don't like them doesn't mean that I don't care about them. And at the end of the day, they're still my children. I just don't like them. I'm entitled to that. Because at the end of the day, they'll still be loved and taken care of. What are you doing with your day? That's going to be the $1 million question. Okay, so when I get done, yeah, I can't relate to that. Oh, you cannot tell me that your son doesn't annoy you sometimes. Not even a little bit. Not even a no. I mean, because I can tell you right now, sometimes I'm just like, how? I even question my own level of patience sometimes because it'll be like, you know what, they just annoyed the shit out of me, but at the same time, I'm just like, ugh, couldn't imagine my life without them. At the same time, dude, you are so freaking punchable. Well, maybe not punchable, but it's just like you know what I mean. It's just like sometimes you just annoy the piss out of me. You know, a lot of days it's frustrating. A lot of days it's I'm glad they're here. I don't know. Okay, well that's fair. That's fair. Some people, some people, have their feelings, and I'm not against it personally. Yeah, I'm definitely not against that. I'm definitely not gonna tell people whether they should or shouldn't like their children in capacity, because that would be stupid on my part. So, that's not a thing I would do or say or even suggest for that matter.
Oh my God, you're.
Because my issues as far as my kids are mine and mine alone. And my opinions on children in general are mine and mine alone. I'm not going to influence anybody on what my opinion is. I think that would be really disingenuous. Okay. What am I doing? So yeah, I'm supposed to at least be marking this because okay. There's a whole little thing that I gotta keep reminding myself to do. I can't send this to you because you're already here. But there's definitely gonna be some things to talk about. And I'm sure everybody is gonna want to have something they want to talk about. Honestly, it don't even matter who comes in as long as, ooh, this would be a good guy to read.
Wow. You wanna, yeah, you try.
But yeah, we're
No,
gonna
she
definitely head out.
I'm sure.
Hey, when I come back to oh yeah, definitely. And of course, because of reasons, I'll obviously be there as well. Because, why not, right? Those are just the things that I do for the sake of, what I do. Okay, so the thing I told myself I wasn't gonna do this today. And here I find myself doing this today. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so and see, and the funny thing is, I don't remember his birthday. You know what? That's my fault. I shouldn't have, but I definitely don't remember it. Okay. See, I always get all these notifications and stuff like that that mean next to nothing. And here I am. Yeah, but why are the parents welcome? You just drop them off, and the kids go out. And then the parents go out to a bar, grab a beer, watching TV with some wings or something like that. And we're supposed to go out on our merry little way, but instead, here we are sitting here watching all these dead kids having fun, being hella jealous and stuff. I'll be the first to admit when I go to a kid's birthday party, yeah, I'm bringing my kids. I'm glad they're having fun and stuff like that. But I'll be the first to admit I'll be jealous of shit because I'm over here watching them have fun. I can't drink no beer, even though I don't drink beer. Can't, can't, can't drop no dominoes. Can't get on the PlayStation. None of that stuff. Why can't you just go to a bar and just go enjoy myself for a little bit? And of course, you're gonna be like, hell no, stay with your kid. Look, you already know my kid. You already know my kid will probably be in a corner doing a whole lot of nothing. Nothing's wrong. We're just struggle streaming and shooting the shit. By the way, welcome and hi Lele 383. Man, that is a mouthful. If you can do us a huge solid and hit that like button, we are gonna be very much happy. Not that we're not already happy with your presence to begin with, because we are struggle streaming today. Okay, we are struggle streaming today, and we just having us a good little struggle stream because we got a whole lot to talk about right now. We're still waiting on 4 p.m. to come because about around 3:30, I'm gonna end this live stream and set up for the other one that we'll be having because my guest this morning rescheduled for tomorrow evening, and so we still have to get the other guest in, which he'll be in at about around 4 o'clock. So that is something that we are we are doing right now. I'm just getting my little pregame on and all that good stuff. And again, at the end of the day, we're just sitting here like, hey, what do you want to talk about? Because that's just what I was supposed to do this yesterday, honestly, but with all the running around that I have been doing, I just lost all nerve to even do a live stream yesterday, so I just didn't. And I should have posted that on Facebook yesterday, but I was just too tired for all of that, so I didn't do anything. I just said, screw it, I'm going to bed. And then of course, set up, and here we are today. Back to good old struggle streaming like I always do. But where was I? I can't remember what I was talking. We was talking about birthday parties and me complaining about having to stay with the kids and all while the whole thing goes off. This is to let you know that I might be getting old just a little too fast. I don't know. Maybe everything is just kicking in just a little bit too fast. Don't mind me. I'm still just tired. Okay, that said, all right, so I still gotta, I can get back to all of that later because I just did what I said, what I told myself I wasn't gonna do because I didn't want to do it. What do you mean get some rest and come back later? I can't get no rest and come back later. I'm going already. It's better to just already be here. That's just my opinion. It's just better to already be here. And besides, we already here. We might as well just, get a conversation going because that's the whole game plan of me doing this anyway. It's just getting a conversation going. And like I said, if to everyone that's here, if y'all can hit the like button for me, I would be most grateful. Hold on, make the because this thing be lagging behind sometimes, so I don't be even seeing anything until everything is already then disappeared and ran through and everything. Okay. Oh, this is what I might need a nap or something, because I ain't gonna lie, you be right about a lot of things. Black Angel TV, you be right, but I just be telling me, yeah, I can't eat that. I can't eat none of that. I can't do the collard. I don't know. I don't know why, but I've just that has just been something that I have definitely tried to avoid. Okay, so I do have something to go on about, and I might have to end up making a video about this on another day. So I don't know if y'all can see this, but I'm gonna show this to you right here. I'm gonna show you this little. Hold on, let me make sure it's in focus here, because this is really disturbing to me, right? This is something that's okay. So, damn it, I don't think it's ever gonna get proper focus. Okay, so so if we get into the original post says single mothers are creating future criminals. And I had said in the post, yeah, I couldn't get it in focus, so I'm gonna just read it. So in the post, I have put, we as men are creating single mothers. That's a hell of a cycle. Now, one guy comes in and says, nope, raw sex and babies don't come into theirs unless she says so. And so I responded with, are you saying it's okay to not practice dick discipline, right? And this is something that really irks me because everybody wants to say, well, a woman controls access to sex, which I don't, which I'm not against. It's a true statement, right? But what a man does with that access is entirely on him. You feel me? If a woman, okay, for instance, we have sex, right? Even if you say it's okay, it's still up to me to be like, you know what? Maybe I don't want the responsibility, or I don't want the guilt, or I don't want whatever the case may be, or even I don't want to risk having STDs. I can still wrap it up, or I can still I can still, throw the pull out game, man, or I can still, there you can do all of that stuff. But when you're telling me that you're just not disciplined on what you do with the access that is given to you, then that is far more telling than what it is behind the person who gives the access. And that really it's just really stupid to me. But again, that's just my opinion. And that is also accurate. That is also accurate. At the end of the day, you know, a guy is giving it to that woman. Again, okay, hold on, what?
You have to fix.
Stand by, I gotta do a thing real quick. Who the hell is asking me what I'm doing in my damn house?
No, I was asking no.
Who?
Me.
Okay. All right, next see, well. Actually-
Exactly.
And if you need something else, go in my bathroom and grab those and just use those cloth things. Those work just as well too. All right, so as I was saying, yeah, a woman controls access to sex. Yes. A child having a child being born is the final decision of the woman. Yes. The whole the whole pregnancy term is controlled by the woman. Yes, but if a guy does not give her that gives her that jizz, if he doesn't give it to her, she has no say. She can't say anything because she doesn't have that power because he didn't give it to her. So nothing happens. If nothing happens, then nothing happens. If he wore a condom that night, nothing happens. If that pullout game was immaculate and nothing got in there, nothing happens. And see, and that's one of the things that really irks me when guys keep bringing that up. Okay, so yeah, he just hit me back and he said, never said that. But who have always been the gatekeepers of their bodies, men have always chased women, and women have either shut them down or accepted. Okay, yeah. So you said women have been the gatekeepers of their bodies. Men have always chased women, and the women have either shut them down or accepted. What the hell does that have to do with anything? That doesn't have anything to do with if a woman is getting pregnant or not, or the case may be. That has nothing to do with what a single mother is creating. If she is creating a criminal, then you have to blame the father on that too, because guess what? The father left her a single mother. And again, it's still a bad. It still looks bad. So I'm saying, what does acceptance or rejection have to do with? Yeah, so it's just that a lot of guys are just really stupid in their logic. They think that like females are just dropping these babies at random, and there's just absolutely no father at all or something like that. Like they just made the babies with the force or something. They're not Anakin. These children are not Anakin Skywalker. Unfortunately, you know, it took two, and unfortunately, one of the two just just made a cop out that nobody really has nobody really had a comeback to or did not want to understand logic with, and so in turn it turned into well, we can just use this to throw excuses as to why why single mothers are bad people when that ain't even remotely the truth. Single mothers are not bad people. They're not making bad people either. There are plenty of single mothers who made great success stories out of their children. It just so happens that the bad side of things is a high percentage from that demographic. Unfortunately, that is what that is, but there are still far more greater success stories out of that. And that's not to say that there aren't bad things happening in those environments. But what I am saying is that you can't put everything on a single mother simply because she's a single mother. It's the blame goes to both parties. You feel me? I can tell you like this. All it took for me would have been for me to pull out that night, wrap it up, or just been like, you know what, I'm tired tonight, I'm gonna go home. And bam, I have no kids. It's really that simple. Hell, it even goes as far, yeah, it even goes even further than that. All I had to do was just never get married. Bam, no kids. Team no kids. That's really all it took for me. That's really all it takes. That's really what it takes to simply just be to be no kids. I know what I was doing. Yeah, I did read it. So yeah, it's really just that simple. It's the accountability when it comes to children goes to both parents. That's just what it is. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't know what the hell I was doing when I was making my children. At the end of the day, the accountability goes to both parents. And you know, and I always hear men talking about, well, they're rational and they're not using their emotions. And then I see shit like that where it's a bunch of bitch ass niggas talking about it's all the woman's fault that the baby is born. Like the men weren't aware of their own activities. And it's just like, no, that's bitch nigga talk. And that's exactly what it is. And not enough people are really owning it. They just say, well, it's the woman's fault and then run away. And then act like they're in the right. You can't just put it all on one side. There's two sides to that whole baby making thing. And people really need to understand that and and own their part in the buffoonery. And see, and that's one of the that's one of the craziest things thinking about. Because I could tell you right now, like I said, if I had taken a different course of action when it came to, you know, who I was laying down with, trust me, I could have no kids. But at the end of the day, I knew what I was doing when those kids were being made. And see, and I am in the mind of, okay, I get it. Yes, like I said, I get it. If a woman decided she wants to have that child, that's great. That's cool. And but the turnaround is if I don't give her that jizz, she don't have that choice anyway because there ain't nothing to make a choice over. At the end of the day, a woman literally makes a decision with what she has from what a guy gives her. If I don't give you nothing, you don't have nothing to make out of that. That's really what it is. And I wish some people would really understand that. But you have guys who preach accountability but don't want to accept accountability. And then run this whole thing about it being the other side's fault. When the reality is that whole thing is a two-headed coin for a reason. That's why I sit here and I claim neutrality when it comes to the manosphere versus the sisterhood, because I can tell you right now, both sides are stupid as shit in that room. Because again, I have 2 children. I am aware of, okay, they just want to have fun, right? Guys want to just have fun. And hey, look, I'm all for it. I was one of those guys having all that fun. You feel me? Whether it be in a relationship or trying to stay single and all that other good stuff, when it comes down to it, you have to be responsible when you're having fun. And that's not just with sex, because I've talked about this on I gotta really make a video about that. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Or Monday, depending on how much time I have with Lyft. But you really have to be responsible with your fun. Beer commercials even say it all the time. Drink responsibly. Even in condom commercials, play responsibly. You have to be responsible. Motherfuckers don't want to be responsible with their dick and then be mad when a baby pops out. Like, you didn't know this was going to happen. We all took sex education in high school against our parents' wishes, because the parents have been lobbying against this for quite some time now. I'm all like, hey, sex ed, it taught me something, okay? And a lot of guys, yeah, you're right. A lot of guys will play victim to this, and they will use the same line every time. Women control access to sex. Women control access to sex. And women make the final decision on if that baby comes to term. We all heard Kevin Samuels say it. Okay, we all know what Kevin Samuels said. I agree with what Kevin Samuels said, but Kevin Samuels didn't tell the whole truth. And that's the part men don't want to understand. Kevin Samuels didn't tell the whole truth. Kevin Samuels was pushing a narrative. Okay. He was pushing a narrative to make a point to women. Okay. But he didn't tell the whole truth. And the part that Kevin Samuels didn't tell the whole truth about, and if he did, it was probably a video I missed, probably where he was talking to men. Okay. But the thing that was missed on a lot of ears is that if a man does not give his seed to the woman, she has no control over what happens then, because then nothing happens. I tell you like this: if I have sex, and again, I think I've said this already, but I think it needs saying again. If I have sex and I wrapped it up and I put and it goes into that condom, and I wrap that condom up and I flush that bitch down the toilet, what's she gonna do with the pregnancy then? Clearly there was no pregnancy because she never got that far. If I pull out, well, that's a maybe. If I pulled out fast enough, then check started, there was nothing there to begin with. Again, the result is the same. Okay, because I can tell you right now, I've gotten 0 pregnancies off a pull-out game. Okay, and let's just and I'm just keeping this 5 dubs. If she doesn't get anything, she doesn't have a decision to make with anything. Okay, you have to actually give it to her. And that comes in every regard. You got to put the money in her hand. You gotta give her the jizz. You gotta. She had, no matter how you slice it, she does not make a decision without something being given to her. She can't make that chicken. She can't make chicken. She can't decide to make that chicken fried or baked if you don't give her no chicken. There's no way around it. And again, that's just the part that Kevin Samuels don't tell anybody. And that is a huge problem because they only take the part of the truth that was told to them and they don't and they run with it rather than understanding the rest of it. And the rest of it is important. The whole truth is important. And it's like you said, yeah, not everybody was listening because they didn't want to hear that part if it was ever said. And you know, and I always tell people that they have to. Oh yeah, no, I agree. Now I'm only speaking in anecdotes when I say I've made 0 kids off of pullout. No one's ever told me they were pregnant after pulling out. My thing is that, you know, pulling out, you know, you pull out, you gotta if you want to guarantee, you gotta come out early. And now, yes, there's the whole pre-cum theory and all that stuff, and I don't confirm or deny that's a thing or not. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, if you give a woman nothing, she has nothing to make a choice out of. You know, you don't give a woman a home to live in, she can't decorate it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, there's nothing to make a decision on if she has nothing to make a decision with. That's all I'm saying. So again, when it comes to that subject, the accountability always goes both ways. And that's the whole thing that I'm saying. And seeing this moron is still arguing with me, talking about, he says, he's not just as guilty. He had no say so on whether or not she does what she wants to with the unborn. He's only a father because she made it. So remember, her body, her choice. No, I need women to stay consistent and stick with that. If she can kill at will, he can walk at will. Don't blame the father that's not there when it's the mother that was there. If the mother raised a nice young man, will that father get praised too? No. That's what I thought. He gets blamed, but not the praise. Knock it off. This has got to be the most ignorant shit that I've ever heard in my fucking life. Because I just explained it. I mean, now granted, I'm explaining it on a live stream in full detail, but I'm only dumbing it down in in text form on Facebook. But this guy has to be the biggest idiot in the world. So I'm gonna just dumb it down for him, okay? If he doesn't give her sperm, she has no decision on anything, period. It was very ignorant. It's probably one of the most stupid, and Manosphere fanboys will run with this shit to their graves, and that is very troublesome. And so here's what I'm saying here, because I gotta finish putting this emoji in too. I gotta put this emoji in too. And it says, I said, if he doesn't give her jizz, she has no decision to make. So again, accountability goes both ways. Regardless of how that child turns out, regardless of how that child turns out, without the father being irresponsible, then countering out, there is no child. And then I put this here GIF in. Hold on. Let me turn my light off. See, no, that didn't make it better. Okay, so pretty much the GIF is just can't remember his freaking name. But it's a GIF that says stupid. Because again, that is a stupid comment, and I swear these Manosphere fanboys will run with that shit all the way to their graves, because there's too many men who don't want to be accountable for dumb shit. We always want to go back and reference Brittany Renner dumping what's that boy's name in the NBA after PJ Washington, right? So after she dumps him, and then they saying, well, we have to hold her and be accountable because she's a single mom now and all this other shit. And I can tell you, and I'm just like, dude, if PJ Washington didn't go in her naked, I'm willing to bet she would have never had that child. That child didn't just come just come at random because she decided she wanted him to be his baby. And she actually had to get in that bedroom, lay down. They had to have that child together. Okay. Now, if PJ Washington is having a hard time dealing with his baby mama and seeing his kids, that's really on him. That's on him. Okay. And that's on him for choosing that type of person to have a child with. Okay. And that's just what it is. All right. One of my favorite singers, Neo, one of my favorite singers, he has 7 kids. Obviously, he knew what he was doing when he was making those kids. He didn't just make those kids at freaking random. They had to. Some work had to be done to make those kids. That's not negotiable. Not in any sense of the word. It's not negotiable. That's just how it had to be. That's just what it is. So when I see when I see things like that, I'm just over here like, you have to be the dumbest ass that I have ever met if you really think that if you really think that you can only hold one side accountable to this nonsense. Okay, because again, it takes 2 people to do this. You can't have a child. No woman is having these children by themselves. I'm sorry. That just, because I ain't gonna lie, I was one of those guys who was equally ignorant. I was committed to the woman controls the access, so it's the woman's fault and all this other shit. And then I actually had to actually really think about this. I'm like, dude, if I don't do this, then if I'm just being honest with myself here, if I don't do this, if I don't do things how the way I did things, I don't have any children. And so it's stupid of me to just sit here and say that it's all the woman's fault. I have a part to play in this. And and as a father, I cannot just be like, oh well, it's their mother's fault, because because if they didn't have the kid, then I wouldn't be going through this. When in reality is if I do not do what I do, those kids would never be here. So I'll be the first to say that sort of talking rubs me the wrong way every single time, because we are putting a bad stigma not just on single mothers, but on ourselves, because we are doubling down on this stupidity. We are doubling down on the stupidity and then putting it off on everybody else like it's their fault. You know, we have to be accountable for our actions as well. Accountability has always been a two-way street. You know, I talk about this all the time because I tell people right now, like, yeah, I have been divorced, right? But how that divorce happened isn't as one-sided as it should. Yeah, it gives a good victim story, as Lele 383 explained. Yeah, it gives a good victim story. But if I'm going to be honest with myself and to everybody watching, I really have to tell people, hey, there's two sides to that. There's two parts in that buffoonery, and I have to play, and I have to own I have to own my part in it as well. Because if I don't own my part in it, then I look just as foolish in the end. So I gladly hold my L in that part. And at the same time, I also say, okay, well, the shit happened, but I'm not going to dwell on it. What I'm going to do is not be a victim. I'm going to be a person who said, okay, well, the shit happened. I can move on in life. I can be at peace with everything that happened. Turn around and just, again, move on. Right now, me and my ex-wife, we're not what you would call the best of friends, but we get along very well. You know, we go, and thanks, Rob. Welcome in. Hit the like button for me, because he says big facts. I'm currently going through it right now. The tall end of the process. Okay. At the end of the day, we all have to own our part in the buffoonery, regardless of whether we want to see ourselves as the hero or as the victim. You don't have to like how things went down, but the least you can do for yourself, if you want to be honest with yourself, you want to be honest with the people that you're telling your story to, is you want to say you want to put your half of the buffoonery in it. Okay, because the dumbest thing you can do is try to make yourself look like a 100% victim. Okay, so when it comes down to people trying to be victims, when it comes to women being single mothers, at the end of the day, if the man don't give her the seed, she can't grow the plant. Nobody has to agree with me. Okay, and trust me, this is not a simp move. Okay, this is not a simp move. At the end of the day, I'm a father, and anybody watching that is a father will be like, yeah, I knew what I was doing when I made the kids, and you know what? It is what it is. Yeah, and seeing Rob, and I think that's why I respect you so much, because you don't try to play the victim. You own your shit, and you carry on, bro. You on that real shit, and I respect the hell out of you for it. I love you too much for it, bro. Because I'm gonna tell y'all a little something about Ronald Johnson, man. If y'all can hear this man, tell his story, bro. He don't sit here and just try to act like he's some kind of victim. He's like, shit happened. This is where I went wrong in it. He don't try to make his ex. I ain't never heard him talk bad about his ex ever. And me and him have talked about divorce before. You know, this man here is accountability personified. You feel me? So I always give this man the utmost respect because he deserves it, he earned it, and he he told it all the way. He kept it 5 dubs from the jump, you know, and that was something I had to learn because I was that guy who was, nah, she did me dirty and she this, that, and the third, and I ain't and I ain't do nothing wrong, when in reality, man, I had became a bitter ex. You feel me? And over a child that would not have been made if I did not do what I did in the process. So it's like, how do you sit here and say one thing under one breath and then act like and then play victim about it in the end? It's like, bro, you have to own your part. It takes two people to do this thing. So he just came to me, he said, accountability does not go both ways. And he said it caps. Does not go both ways. Okay, I hope y'all saw that. I hope y'all can see that clearly. This moron said, Ike B. Turner, he says, accountability does not go both ways. Okay. And then he goes to say, he messes up and there is no options out. She messes up and she does what she wants to do no matter what you say. Get a woman pregnant and you want your child and she doesn't. Let's see how her accountability goes. And again, I say, and again, I'm just going to tell him again, bro. And I'm just like, dude, at this point, you sound silly. Okay. So yeah, I pretty much just said, dude, at this point you sound silly. And again, if you don't give a woman the jizz, she does not have a decision on anything. Or did you miss that part? Because again, accountability is a two-way street. It is a everybody involved street. Okay, everybody is involved. Everybody involved has to own their part in the buffoonery. Okay. Okay, as Native Sailor says, spotting my faults is so wonderful because I call it before the next. So when it's thrown in my face, it doesn't hurt, but it's a chance to grow. By far the best thing anyone could have said anytime, anywhere. Because at the end of the day, the only people who have the accountability to hold in the situation are all parties involved. You can't sit here and talk back to the real adult onto their faults instead of running from. Yes, exactly. When it comes down to it, all parties are involved, especially when it comes to children. Okay, all parties involved have to own their partner. Okay. Okay, when it comes down to it, yes, like I said earlier, yes, a woman controls access to sex. Yes, a woman has the final say if that child is being born or not. And yes, a man has, I guess you could say, no bearing on how that goes down, unless he doesn't give her that seed to begin with. If you don't give her that jizz, again, what is there for her to decide? Whether she'll talk to you again the next morning? That's about it. Will there be there being another time for sex? That's about it. But when it comes to a child in question, there is nothing to decide because, well, you played it safe. You got rid of the evidence. It's really that simple. Hey, Zenaida, can you hit that like button for me? I would greatly appreciate it if you did. But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, if you don't give her anything, there's nothing to decide on. There's nothing to decide on. Whether she has that baby or gets it aborted or has a miscarriage, there's nothing to decide. And I think that is a part. Okay, so then he says, you have that same energy for women that off baby. No, I know. I said, I don't care. I don't care. You know, in the end, oh shit. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, so you know, okay. So and this guy is really just trying to shift the goalpost a bit here. He says, you have the same energy for women that off babies. No, I know. I'm like, bro, the fuck does that have to do with anything? At the end of the day, I don't care. In the end, there is no decision to make if a man does not give her jizz. And he's really not paying attention to that part. And clearly he's trying to be right rather than trying to understand the part that I'm putting down. I don't know. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing. But what I'm not understanding is that why are guys having a hard time accepting this? You know, and I'm gonna be interviewing a Manosphere guy next week. I'm gonna be interviewing a guy next week, and he's bitter and sounds like a rotten schoolgirl. Most likely, dude. Most likely. But yeah, I'm gonna be interviewing a Manosphere guy next week, and I hope everybody is gonna tune into that because you know I'm gonna have a lot of questions that would fill in blanks. I'm gonna fill in some blanks, and I'm gonna get. I want to get a better perspective of this because the guy that I'll be interviewing, you know, he's not an idiot. You know, he has some extreme views here and there, but he's not an idiot. You know, he's not talking out of his ass. He actually, you know, does his research and then formulates his opinions based on that. But the guy I'm gonna be talking to will definitely be having I will definitely be having some questions that bring us some clarity and bring us some full understanding for ladies to listen to. You know, but again, when a man sits here and tells me that a woman has to be accountable for something, and a guy does not have to own his half of the buffoonery simply because she can make a decision and it's her body, her choice, all things that I agree with, but you never say, but the man has a choice in how he does things with the access that is given to him, and he doesn't make a sound and smart decision to avoid things like this from happening, then it's not the man's fault because a woman said that a woman didn't. A woman shouldn't have to tell a man anything. If I'm not mistaken, men are supposed to be leaders. Okay, y'all correct me if I'm wrong here. I want everybody that's watching. There's 5 people in this room. 1 participant, but 4 people in this room. But I want the 4 people. I want anybody who is willing to answer this question. Aren't men supposed to be leaders? We're supposed to be leaders. And if I'm not mistaken, a leader does not wait for a woman to tell her to tell him what he can and cannot do. Okay. You should already know what you are going to do. And if you know that you're going to do this beforehand, you should already be in your heart of hearts ready for the responsibility and consequences that come with that. Because that's what leaders do. We make decisions and we don't wait for people. We don't wait for people to tell us what we need to do. Not unless you're in the military. You know, at the end of the day, if you are a person, if you are directly in supervision of people and situations, you don't wait for the people that you don't wait for your subordinates to tell you if a certain task is okay or not. You wait for an understanding of the situation, and obviously you wait from orders from people above you, if that's a situation or whatever. But when you are in a situation when you are in charge of people and of the moment, you have to make decisions. Okay, I know I was in the military. I was a second-class petty officer. Okay, for those who don't know, that is the equivalent of a sergeant. Okay, that is the equivalent of a sergeant. So I had to understand that I was a leader of people and situations, and sometimes I didn't have time to wait for orders for above. I had to make shit happen at that moment. Okay, the sergeant is the solution to an immediate problem. Okay, and if I gotta wait for somebody higher up to tell me to come up with a game plan, then I'm not really a good sergeant now, am I? Now again, my title wasn't sergeant; it was second-class petty officer. Because the Marine in the room will tell you. But if you are but if men are supposed to be, and thank you, Lele, yeah, not everybody's a leader and leading us to failure, then get on us for the stupidity the guy brings to the table and then blame us. Yeah, it's stupid. It's very, very, very fucking stupid. I'm sorry, but as a man, receive the order, conduct the operational risk management, assess all risks from low to high, and execute. Okay, if men are supposed to be leaders, and I'm just spitballing here, but if men are supposed to be leaders and we lead like men, then I shouldn't have to wait for what a woman says to do with the access that she gives me. At the end of the day, I will make that decision and I have to bear the responsibility that comes with it. Okay. You don't just walk away or run out because it ain't what you want to do or because that ain't what you, again, if you decided you wanted to give somebody what you give them, you have to bear the responsibility on what she decides to do with that. Because again, okay, and I want to say that because again, Kevin Samuels didn't tell the whole story when he said this, okay? Because again, he says a woman controls access. Yeah, exactly. So again, there's the Marine. He's telling you, it's the same thing. It's the same situation. Okay. You know, and like I said, Kevin Samuels didn't tell the whole story because, yeah, he says women give access to sex. Here's something Kevin Samuels didn't say. Men give access to babies. Men control access to babies. Okay. The babies are already living inside of men. We are already deciding, okay, do we want to, when you're having sex and you decide you're making that decision of what you do with that access. You have that access. What she does with that access is determined by her when you give her that access. No different than when she gives you access to sex. Y'all see how that works? The two go hand in hand. Women control access to sex, men control access to babies. You don't have those. She can't decide what to do with those babies if you don't give them to her. Every time you have sex, you're giving up no less than 100,000. Obviously, 1 to however many, if you have twins, triplets, all that other good shit, whatever, you know, what she does with that afterwards is on her. But she does not have anything to make a decision with if you never give them to her. That is a known fact. That is an irrefutable fact. Yeah. And Zanetta, that is true. Rob, that's true. That's what a leader does. You are responsible for the success and the failure of the mission. And yes, it takes two. Zanetta. All of this, it all comes around to being responsible adult. Yeah, everybody is out for themselves. And a lot of people really just don't want to accept the responsibility when it is thrown at them. Okay, so this moron turns around and says, nope, it still matters. She reserves the man made right off your unborn kid, no matter how much you want to be there for him or her. Until that changes, they will get what they get. This, okay, let me read it again for clarity so everybody understands this. This moron says, nope, it still matters. She reserves the man-made right to off your unborn kid, no matter how much you want to be there for him or her. Until that changes, they will get what they get. Bro, that has shit to do with anything. That has shit to do with anything. I'm gonna say this one last time to this dummy. That has shit to do with making criminals. In the end, she can't make that decision unless a man gives. I'm gonna say this in caps. So I'm gonna start over. Unless a man gives her his seed. Again, he can't make. And I don't know why this is so hard to comprehend. I said the same thing. I've been saying the same thing to the same moron for the past. Hold on. When was the first time I actually said it? I said it damn near an hour ago. That was the first time I said it. And this guy is really just trying to move the goalposts and now he's trying to make it about abortion, right? When in reality, a woman can't go to an abortion clinic unless she's pregnant, right? And how else does a woman get pregnant? Seriously, you can't make this stupidity up, bro. You cannot make this shit up. We over here talking about, we over here, he tried to make it, first off, again, the original post says, no, he's not in the Zoom chat. This is on Facebook. This is on Facebook. And hold on, Rob. If you want to see the post itself, I'm gonna put the hold on. I'm gonna try to put the link in the I'm gonna try to put the link in the chat here. I gotta go through all kind of BS to do it, but
Baby,
hold on. Let me try this again because I kind of goofed it. Okay, so then let me go here. Shit. Okay. Let me go to Messenger. Here we go. It's in a so it's in a Kevin Samuels group, but that's the link to the post right there. And again, hold on, let me Yeah, I gotta still put that in the but that's it's in a again, it's in a Kevin Samuels fan group, right? And the thing that kills me about that, right, is Kevin Samuels always talked about accountability and how men are supposed to be taking accountability and men are supposed to be leaders. And this goes across the board, across the manosphere. This is across the board, across the manosphere. But for some sick reason, the accountability is only supposed to be on women. And I don't believe that. I am a firm believer that accountability is for all parties involved. Okay. Yes, the leader takes the credit. The leader of the situation takes the credit when there is a success or a failure. But the leader also reminds all those involved that the success or failure is not without the help of all the other parties involved. Okay, so if a single mother is in theory supposed to be making criminals, then she couldn't have made said criminal without somebody's help, right? A man who already had this living organism living in his fucking body the whole time. Okay. And then, of course, yes, he gives it to her, whether it be irresponsibly or not. Okay. And then she decided to have this child, whether it be irresponsibly or not. And she has to raise that child. And yes, she has to solely take on the responsibility if this child. What do you want?
Can we get money for the ice cream?
No, go away. And yes, she has to take sole responsibility on if this child becomes a criminal or not. But at the same time, she has to remind the father, if they are even still in contact with one another. Yeah, but he has to, but the father still has to, if they're still in contact with one another, they still have to, the father has to still be reminded that, yeah, he had a hand in that too. Because if it wasn't for the father, she wouldn't have been able to have the choice of making that child or not. And one of the things that really does annoy me is that this thing, and I am no exception to this because I have had my hand in this before too. One of my children was made with a single mother. Okay. All right. But now my thing is at the end of the day, you know, we over here, we all talking about, well, single mothers do this and single mothers do that. But instead of sitting here trying to blame single mothers about, you know, what they're doing, why the fuck are we out here making these women single mothers? Now, let me say this, okay? A woman who leaves a man for silly reasons or even questionable reasons, yeah, I can be like, okay, well, then she did that to herself. Now, if a woman is being abused by a guy or some shit like that, and he just has to leave, then you know that's just what that is. Okay, so we got a person in the chat room who wants to give her opinion about it. We're gonna open this up one. This is Ledria. So what's going on, Lele? What you got for me this afternoon? Wait, we're just gonna wait until everything comes in. You're muted. Okay, well, she's on mute. You got to unmute yourself. Hold on. Yeah, you have to unmute yourself. We can't hear you. But that is a situation that does rub me the wrong way. So that is something that I do take a much umbrage with. because I'm always a firm believer about how accountability works. And again, I'll make a video about that in the future because it needs to be said and it needs to be spread. You know, everybody wants to make this about so this moron comes back again. He says she let a man that didn't want a child get her pregnant. And that's not even the end of it. She raised that. She has all the power from before to after. Her body, her choice. She chose. And again, she does not have that choice if he don't give it to her. I mean, this guy keeps saying the same thing over and over and not realizing that he's saying the same thing. It's like, bro is stupid. Bro is stupid. Like, I don't like to, I like to lead with kindness. That is the emphasis of this channel, kindness being free and me being cheap as fuck. But at the end of the day, yeah, dude is stupid. And I can't believe I entertained his stupidity for over an hour. Okay. So that said, so if there's hold on. Let me see. Yeah, but I like an idiot entertained a moron for well over an hour. And I am supposed to be convinced that we as men are supposed to be leaders. We are supposed to be rational, and we're supposed to not be thinking with our emotions. And I just have to deal with an emotional, irrational dummy for over an hour in a Kevin Samuels fan group. And I kind of feel stupid that I actually went along with it. And I'm trying to explain to him the one important piece of information that every guy should be well aware of, because we all took sex ed in high school. And some of us in middle school, and even some of us in elementary. I took it in all three phases of school. Okay. So we should already know how all of this works. And like I said, I emphasize this for a reason. Okay. I emphasize a woman controlling access to sex and her making the final decisions on whether a baby is born or not. And I say this right now, and every woman who will ever hear me say this, I hope y'all clip this and make this bitch go viral. But men control access to babies. Okay. And I always say this like this. Disclaimer, because again, this is something Kevin Samuels didn't emphasize. This is something not playback, but this is something Fresh and Fit does not talk about. This is not something anybody else who calls themselves being members of the Manosphere don't talk about. And this part is that both sides control what they do with the access given to them. Okay. A woman controls access to sex, yes, but a man controls how he takes that access. All right. Men control access to babies, and women control what they do with that access. You cannot, I say again, you cannot be upset with the end results of what you have done with the access that was given to you. Because that is not being accountable. And I think that gets lost in translation when it comes to the manosphere, because nobody ever wants to talk about that portion of. Excuse me, I didn't lost track of what I was talking about. Yeah, but that part always gets left out when we're talking about access. We always want to talk about who gives access to what, but not realizing that everybody has a decision to make with the access given to them. And quite frankly, it's annoying. If I'm going to be honest about it, it's really annoying. So now that we have gone through that for a while, hold on, I gotta do one more thing. I have to actually do something that I was supposed to do at the start of this show, and that was change the whatchamacallit. Okay. Okay, we'll just use that one for now. Okay, wait, shit. I'm over here messing all the way up. Okay, and Mike Brown says the fun has arrived. You actually missed a really good topic to talk about, Mike. I don't know if you want me to go over it again, but if you can hit that like button for me, I'd be more than grateful. And if you like, again, I can talk about it again. I don't mind talking about it twice because it was a really important one. And I especially think us as men need to hear this because I don't know if you saw, but it is really important. LTC Money, thank you for coming in. If you can hit the like button for me, I'd be more than grateful because like kindness, likes are free. So again, the Mike and LTC, y'all missed a really good talking point, but I don't mind talking about it again if y'all want to hear about it. You know, if the fun has arrived, then I'd like to share the fun with you guys. And I think, okay, all right. So since Michael decided that it will be something worth talking about, I don't mind starting over and talking about this again. Okay, so I talked about this post in a Kevin Samuels fan group earlier. We talked about this post in a Kevin Samuels fan group, and I was going back and forth with this guy in this group, and it was about this post here, right? And I'm gonna show y'all this post right here. Okay, this is what the shit. Hold on, let me see it. Hold on, let me turn this light off and see if that worked. Okay. All right, so it's not the lighting that's messing it up. It probably might just be the phone. Oh, actually, here, I can put it at an angle. No. All right, so pretty much what this, oh, here we go. It says this in this post here, it says single mothers are creating future criminals. And I believe that is a load of crap. Okay. And what I said, comment right here, says right here, we as men are creating single mothers. That's a hell of a cycle. So this moron comes in and says, nope, raw sex and babies don't come into theirs unless she say so. Okay, long story short, he went on this whole tirade about trying to blame women for why they're single mothers. And I simply said, and I said it like 10 times during this discussion, I said, a single mother cannot become a single mother unless a man gives her the jizz. And he keeps going on about this thing. Then he goes on this thing about abortion and how I felt about that. I said, check this out. If a man does not give her the jizz, he can't get an abortion. What abortion is she gonna get if she don't get jizz from the guy? And then he comes into this whole thing about, well, they control access to sex. And my whole point was this, okay? The whole thing for me is that tear rod, yeah, pretty much. So my point is this: is women control access to sex? Yes. Women control whether or not that baby comes to term or gets aborted. Yes. But a man controls access to babies. And you're probably wondering why I said that, Mike. Now, before you roast me on that, hear me out on this. Where do those babies start at? Where are they being held? They're being held inside of a man. That is his DNA, that is his legacy, that is what will become the future. Oh, that's how you pronounce tirade. My bad, T-Rod. Yeah, so that is where those babies come. Those babies come from a man. Women do not just procure these things up at random and just say, that's the father. And if the man doesn't want to be the father, then the DNA just automatically just changes to somebody else. It's not how that works. Okay. Men control access to babies, just like women control access to sex. Okay. And these are things Kevin Samuels didn't talk about. Kevin Samuels will say a woman control access to sex, but never said a man controlled access to babies. He said men control access to relationships, which both are true. Men control access to sex and men control access to babies. Because if you don't give a woman that baby, if you don't give a woman that seed, she can't make those babies. She cannot do anything. Okay, and I want any man to try to debate me on that. He will lose. And this ain't me simping. This is far from simping. This is just an irrefutable fact. And again, I dare any man to challenge me on that, because as fathers, you and I, Mike, we both know that our kids wouldn't have been here if we didn't do what we did to get them there. They came from us. Okay. That our baby mamas would not be able to make those babies if we didn't give it to them. Okay. And a lot of men get that lost in translation because a woman 9 times out of 10 will keep those babies. Or they'll talk about, well, she can have an abortion, so why can't the man walk away? Why can't the man wrap it up? Why can't the man pull out? Why can't the man just say no that night? So I always say the accountability goes both ways. And then he went on to say, well, if he succeeds in life, then does the father get the credit? No. Of course he does. Of course he gets the credit, because guess what? At the end of the day, whether he was there or not, doesn't matter. If it wasn't for him, he wouldn't be there. She wouldn't be there. So will he get the credit for the success in all of its glory? No, but he will get the credit for that success being made. I can tell you right now, if it wasn't for LeBron James' father, we wouldn't have LeBron James. If LeBron James decided to, if Papa James decided to jack off that night, we don't have a billionaire basketball player. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Same goes to Papa West, Marshall Bruce Mathers II. The same can be said for that dude who was 50 Cent son, who's been complaining about him earlier this year. We got all these people who can become success stories or failures, and at the end of the day, without their pops doing what they did to make them, you don't have these stories to begin with. We don't have to like I say this purely, we don't have to like if the dad was there or not. Because as men who are actively raising our kids, Mike Brown, I definitely would go as far as saying that, hey, whether we were in our kids' lives or not, our kids would not be here if it wasn't for us. It is what it is. You know, a mother cannot make that decision of having that baby if we don't give it to her. And that was my whole emphasis. He tried to make it seem like women this and women that. And like I said, I'm not stepping, not for any, not with or for any woman. Because at the end of the day, like I said, and this is the part that no one ever wants to pay attention to, and that is a man or a woman, when they get that access, it is up to them to how they control what they do with the access that's given to them. Let me say it again. A man and a woman has complete control of the access that is given to them once it is given to them. Okay, a woman controls access to sex, sure. Okay, but a man decides, okay, if he gonna go up in her raw and give her access to his children, whether he wants them to come to fruition or not, he is the one giving the access. And if niggas are just throwing that shit out there willy-nilly, then there is no wonder why we have so much fucking chaos, because niggas don't know how to control their dick. Niggas don't know how to control the access that's given to them. Okay. And then, yes, we have single mothers, because there are some women who decide that they're gonna keep the kids that they were given access to. And that's why I emphasize that accountability always goes both ways, especially when there's children involved. Accountability goes both ways. And then I always say, in a broader scale, because this is something that me and Rob talked about a minute ago before y'all showed up, is that accountability, regardless of the situation, goes in the direction of all parties involved. Okay, all parties involved. All right. Yes, the leader will get the recognition, but the leader will always remind the people that were under him that without you guys, none of this happens. Okay. And one of the things that I always hear about in the manosphere, and this annoys the shit out of me, but everything I hear about the manosphere is that men are supposed to be rational thinkers, they're supposed to be logical, and they're supposed to be leaders. And I'm thinking over here like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me you have to wait on a woman to tell you whether to put on a condom or not? You mean to tell me you have to wait on a woman to tell you if you can go up in her naked or not? I thought we were supposed to be leaders. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I have led men. And to a lesser extent, women. I have led men. Okay? And I have been led by men. And I can tell you right now, in no position where I was a leader did I wait for one of my subordinates to tell me what we should be doing. Okay, I got my orders from my higher ups, and then we got down there and I gave the orders down to the people under me. Yes, I had to deal with a lot of griping. I had to deal with some suggestions. Unfortunately, that's just what that is. Gripes go up the chain of command, not down. I didn't gripe to my guys and say, oh, we got to do this, because that's not good leadership. I said, okay, guys, here's what we're going to do. Okay, and this is how we're going to do it. Now, suggestions I can take. Okay, gripes I will take, because that's just how the chain of command works. But nowhere will you ever hear me wait for when are we going to start, or when are we going to, what we should do next. No, that comes from me if I'm going to be the leader. And if a problem arises, I have been given the competent authority to be able to handle the problems that come with it. And as a man, that is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm going to tell you like this. Both my baby mamas always ask me what we're gonna do when it comes to our children. Because I have proven them to be a competent leader and a rational thinker, a man that's supposed to be a man. Okay, I have proven that to them. I didn't just say, "Hey, I don't go into a relationship and say, hey, I'm a man, I'm stronger than you, and we're gonna do things my way because I'm the man." No, I have to show my worth. Okay, and I don't show my worth by just saying I am a man, you will obey. Okay, I have to show you I'm a leader, and that's what I'm gonna do. I show that I'm a leader. And I was talking to people, like I said, people like Robert Johnson, showed he's a leader. He showed because he was once a leader of men. And now he is a leader of feature men because he has sons. Okay. Michael Brown, a leader of a man. He is the leader of a young man, a very intelligent young man. Okay. A competent and proven leader of a young man. And of course his daughter too, obviously. But when you are a proven leader, you don't come up with things like excuses or trying to shift the accountability to be 100% to one side or another. That ain't what men do. Men own their part in the buffoonery. They own their part in of the accountability. They make sure that when shit hits the fan, they know that they either have to fix this shit or bear the consequences, because that is what men do. That is what leaders do. That is what rational people do. That's what logical people do. We don't try to make it about somebody else. We don't try to say it's somebody's fault. We don't put the blame on our subordinates. We don't put the blame on who gave us the access to this, that, and the third. No, we take full accountability in our shit. Okay, I don't become a father unless I find a woman that I actually have sex with and I go naked with. Okay. Now, what she does with the access that I gave her is, it is up to her. If she decides she wants to have an abortion, okay, well then, fuck it, on to the next. She didn't want to have children. Okay, it ain't about and my stance on abortion doesn't need to be said because it's really not that important. That wasn't the topic of discussion. Okay, and so for the 9 people that are watching, please understand, if you're a woman, I always say that the accountability on single motherhood is not entirely on women. It's on the accountability goes both ways. And I think it's about time that men do own that. Yes, 51% of Black men are single and childish. Whoop de fucking do. All right. I am not that 51%. I am part of the 19% who is single and have children. Okay. The end of the day, us 19%, I would hope that we would bear the responsibility that we have put out into the world. The 51% who are single and childless, if you don't understand, then I would suggest that you don't just try to blame it all on one set of women, because I can tell you right now, they don't have these children without us men. Okay. And I didn't make 2 children just willy-nilly. I was in relationships with both the mothers. In fact, I was married to one of them. Okay. So I don't just sit here and just run my mouth left and right. I don't just run my mouth left and right about the issues surrounding single motherhood and just say it's all women's fault. Was there a point in time where I was like, yeah, women control access and women are should be held accountable for all that shit? You know, at the end of the day, we have to own our part in the buffoonery. Okay. And I think that's the most important thing that we as men we as real men have a responsibility to do. And that is a problem that too many lame men, whether they're single and childless or they have 7 kids by 7 women that they don't want to have responsibility to. This is a problem. This is a man problem that across the board, and that only we as men can fix. And see, and I'm not gonna go back and forth with this moron again because he said something because he responded 5 minutes ago, and I'm just like, this guy's a fucking moron, and I'm not giving him the satisfaction. Okay. I'm just gonna let it be. Maybe when a more intelligent person has a counter to something that I say, then I'll have a discussion with him. Because I refuse to sit here and try to go back and forth with somebody who wants to put the blame entirely on women. Yes, I get it. 51% of Black men are single and childless. I get it. My twin brother is technically single and childless. Okay. He ain't married, so he's single. So you know how that works, right? You know, if you're either married or single, yes, we know the whole relationship dynamic, domestic partnership, blah, blah, blah. No. My point is that, you know, I have members of my family who are single and childless, whether they're man or woman. Okay. Okay. I have 2 cousins who one is married and one is single. They're both childless. I have other cousins who are single mothers, single fathers. Actually, my cousin who was previously a single father just got married. Okay. And I didn't put the wedding on YouTube because it wasn't my wedding, it was his wedding. That was his moment. Okay. My point is that, well, he's no longer single. He's a married man with children. Or is his wife the mother of those children? No. But at the end of the day, he married a childless woman. And if they have more children together, she won't be a single mom, she'll be a married mom. Okay. And he's already a married man. So it really doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, my cousin proved to be a competent leader of men. Okay, because he has 2 sons. You know, so he's not a competent leader of men, future men in this country, but he is a proven leader because he can lead his family into a good situation. He has a family, okay, and he is properly leading that family. And I am very proud of my cousin. Shout out to Push. Hopefully you see this. Yeah, big shout out to the Push, because like most men, we come from humble beginnings. And again, he proved that he can be a leader of men. He didn't say, oh man, my baby mama ain't shit. She forced me to have these kids. He knew what the fuck he was doing when he had them kids. Okay. And he made sure that with those kids, he took complete responsibility of it and he went all in on it. You know, and again, it's people like Robert Johnson, who was in here earlier, and Michael Brown, who's out here leading men, okay, leading future men, okay. Michael Brown's a grandfather, leading future men, and I hope that your son takes all the lessons he learned from you and leads his son down a competent path and prove that he can be a great leader. Okay, because he made a mistake. And I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about your son. I'm talking about your son. I know it's not my business, but I'm gonna say it anyway. My nephew made a mistake. Okay, but my nephew didn't say, "Oh, it's my baby mama's fault." No, he owned his mistake, and he charged into that son bitch head first. And as far as I'm concerned, he's already proven he can be a great father because he's there. Okay. You know, lessons got to be learned. And sometimes some lessons got to be learned the hard way, but some men don't want to learn those lessons. They want to blame, they want to bitch, they want to complain and cry and hope that somebody feels sorry for them when that's not the case. Okay. Instead of trying to be a victim, understand that, you know, maybe, just maybe, if you can lead your way out of that situation and into a better one, you can get more respect that way, and you can and people can understand that you can prove to be a competent leader, and that's always getting lost in translation. And that's even better, regardless of whether it was planned or not. The way I see it, he is proven to be competent and knows what and showing what he's doing. Hey, the fact that he's doing it, as far as I'm concerned, makes him a great, competent leader to begin with. He didn't go out there. He didn't go out there and no, my baby mama ain't shit. She doing this, that, and the third. No, he owned his shit and he charged right into that bitch head first, like a man. Okay. I know your son ain't grown yet, but your son is a man. Okay. Because he is showing competency beyond his years. Now, hopefully, he can go out and finish his education and shit like that. I'm hoping he will. But I got nothing but the utmost respect for nephew. Hopefully he can turn that situation into something great. Because there's too many men coming up with excuses and blame games and bitching and complaining instead of just owning their shit. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm perfect, because I was once upon a time that guy. I had to get myself up out of that shit because that's the lamest thing that a man can do, is try to make it about make two people problems a one person problem, and they're not owning their part in the buffoonery. No matter how you slice it, accountability goes both ways, especially when it comes to children. We always we got this whole little discussion about how we supposed to be men, we're supposed to be leaders, right? I think I said that already. I'm sorry that, but I getting that ran out the second time was even harder than the first time, because it was just that annoying. Yeah, and he got a good head, and he got an even better feature on him, as long as he keeps his feet on the ground. He's doing a lot better at his age than most of us was doing. I'll say that's what I will say. And we didn't even have to. So that just goes to show just how competent he is, and the person who led him to being with the good head that he has. The man that led him there earns all the fucking praise in the world, as far as I'm concerned. No cap. Okay. Yeah, so what I was gonna initially do was shut down the live stream and then start another one. But what I'll probably do, hold on, what I'm gonna do is I'll probably just probably see if my second guest wants to start early. But I'd have to hope that everybody comes back in. So what I'll do is I'll probably just end this live stream and then start a new one up. That way that way I can at least regroup and have everybody, and then and have everybody come back in. I didn't get nobody that called in. I had one person that called in, but she was at work, so she couldn't unmute herself. But what I'm gonna do is I'll definitely what I'm gonna definitely do is I'm gonna end this stream now, and then start up a new one with my guest coming in, and we're gonna have that conversation. It's gonna be with hold on. How did he want me to introduce him? Okay. Okay. Is Black Joaquin of the Voice Party. It's gonna be a really good one. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this one now, and I want everybody to come back for Black Joaquin, so that we can have a good discussion. It's gonna be one that you guys will not be disappointed with. So yeah, it's gonna start at. So I just talked to him. He just said he'll start at 4. So we'll start at 4 at his request, because that was our scheduled time. So I'm gonna end this one right now, and then again I'm gonna tag everybody in this one, and we're gonna have it restarted at 4. So please, everyone, stay tuned for that. Thank you for listening to this live stream. For everybody that liked it, for everybody that's watching it, please again hit the like button on your way out. And as I always say, kindness is free, and I'm cheap as fuck. Stay mad, my hatters. Y'all have a good next 30 minutes, and I'll see y'all when we start up this new one.